Also, we got to give a big shout out to my dog, James Harden, the beard. James Harden passed Ray Allen to become the second all-time in three-pointers made. I think Harden, for me, I think Harden and Steph revolutionized the three-point shot. One, the way Steph did it, you know what I mean? And like that dynamic. But then when you look at the way Harden, you know what I mean? The way Harden kind of created the step back, right? And really like the three-point line was his mid-range shot. Seeing the evolution of the three, being a part of that, how do you feel about, one Steph and Harden and how they play a role in that?
Well, the evolution of the three, like you said, I've watched it all happen with between them two and also Clay.
Yeah, for sure.
Clay helped revolutionize that, and Dame.
Yep.
But these two in particular, we're going to talk about is Steph and James because they carried a little different weight in how they went about it. But number one, shout out to Uno, man.
Yep.
JH, I've had many battles with him, times where I hated him, he hated me. Like we battle. And that's how it is when you are battling for something special. And we always met trying to get to the NBA Finals. And honestly, James Harden is the Golden State Warriors away from probably at least three other, on top of the one he had with OKC, three other NBA Finals appearances. When James Harden had his Rockets teams, the only team in the league that could beat that Rockets team was us and the Cleveland Cavaliers. There was not a single other team in the league that could compete with that Rockets team. And it was all predicated on James wiggling, shooting the three, and kicking out to people. When you talk about revolutionizing the three-point shot, before James Harden, a step-back three was a sin. Like, you weren't shooting step-back threes before James Harden. He got so good at the step-back three that Ricky Rubio once guarded him. Ricky Rubio did not guard the man in front of him. He stood behind him and guarded him and just forced him to the rim so he couldn't shoot a three.
That was wild.
Like, the only other person in the history of NBA that has been guarded with that type of extremeness is Steph Curry.
Right.
Some of the defenses that I've seen be thrown at Steph, like every possible coverage you can imagine, I've seen be thrown at Steph. The only person remotely close to that is James Harden.
Right.
He's seen traps. He's seen triple teams. He's seen a guy say, hey, I'm just going to let you drive into the paint, but I'm not letting you shoot the step back three.
Right.
Talk about revolutionizing something. And so to see
sidestep
James,
too.
Exactly. And when James said, no, I'm number one. Steph's different. I know exactly what he was saying when he said it. What he was saying in that moment, listen, and I agree with him wholeheartedly because I be looking at the list and I think the same thing. James Harden is Steph Curry away from being the best three-point shooter we've ever seen in the NBA. But Steph is so far ahead of everyone else that what James was saying is like, no, man, don't even put him in this category. Like, just let me be number one at this category because what he do is something totally different than any of us have ever seen, any of us may ever see again. Totally. Like, what he do is totally different. So I'm number one, and he's somewhere else. And I wholeheartedly actually agree with James' statement. Steph is not number one. Steph is in another stratosphere. Yeah, like
he's the moon.
He's in a totally different place. Like, it ain't even like
he's the galaxy.
There's Steph, and then there's three-point shooting. If James became number one at that, I would love to see where Clay would have been in that had he not had the 2.5 years off, where he would be in that. But James is number one, and man, well deserved because the way he starts shooting that ball. And the way he does shoot that ball, man. And it was hard threes. It wasn't like
them
somebody
double
drove and
teams,
kicked it. Man, they were hard threes, man.
There are no open threes for that man.
No, like The biggest opening, the biggest
On
open three
people.
he's seen is he created the space and somebody
Yeah.
went way over
No,
there.
for sure.
And he just standing there like, oh my God, my defender's now 10 feet away
That's
from me.
game.
Like, man. So
That's
I got a
game.
lot of love and respect for what James has done in this league, man. To have those battles with him has been like special. And it's great to see him, man. Shout out to James. Congratulations,
Shout out to
brother.
James.
Well
Congrats,
deserved.
my bro.
Well deserved.